Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet.
Welcome back. Another episode of CorbinCenter here coming up. Corbin, Bauhaus, one of the biggest events of the summer. There was a little skepticism on if it was going to rain. I'm sure you were a little nervous on this one, but this is a match that actually one of our Patreons has been really looking forward to. Kind of a dream match of sorts. Tim, I know you wanted this match, which is great. Before we talk about the match, actually, your history with Effie is complex a little bit. Now, throw Allie catch into the mold. Tell me a little bit about your anticipation for this match. You're looking forward to it. Were you excited about it? Tell us a little bit about it.
It's funny, Tim, I had to bite my tongue. It wasn't that I knew that this match was happening when you actually told me that this would be a match that you wanted to see. Actually, what it was is it was announced about a week later, or at least told to me that it would be a week later. Because I think when Effie's mystery partnered, everyone knew it was going to be Allie. Especially when she posted her schedule and said she was going to be at first. It would have been very weird to not have her in that match. Now, the funny thing is, I had not wrestled Allie since the Alley Cat days, and the last time was, I think, at either a Chikara show or the Midwest Mixtape that took place in the same spot in Chicago, and it was Juke Joint Lucas Calhoun and Alley Cat, the Stray Cats or something like that against me and Cannon, where I walked out on Cannon at Chikara. And if you don't remember that, that's fine. It was kind of in the dying days of what was to be. So there's that. But that was the last time that I wrestled Allie, and so again, I feel like from that time, a lot of us are in very different points. Now, I know the biggest thing is wrestling Effie. Again, it's not like we've been any strangers to each other. I think people still remember our singles matches, where there's definitely been a lot of blood, and people remember those. But even the last singles match between the two of us has been a while ago. So this was an interesting, different dynamic, which was good. And when you looked at the card, I thought it worked very, very well. So I think this was the right match to go with. And again, if I'm not challenging going after Devon, even though he put his nose in the business, but I mean, even if I'm not going after Devon, what else am I going to do? So there's that. And with that said, I thought that this was a match that people wanted to see. So I was looking forward to it.
Well, that's great. Now, as far as Bauhaus goes, you are one to always be in the specialty matches on this one, but I think it's pretty safe to say that, all things considered, you did not leave this one bloody. You left this one sweaty, and you didn't drink any beer, but tell us about the match itself. It was still a lot of blood. What did you think about it?
It's funny because here's where I bite my tongue a lot. I don't think I took the brunt of much. I mean, my balls have been stapled more than I've ever wanted to say or admit that has happened. But between Allie having that happen and Effie getting, me splitting open Effie, and then Lore ultimately getting bloody and dollar bills stapled all over his forehead, I really walked out pretty much not really too beat up. But the last time I was in the ring with Effie and I said I wasn't going to, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not really doing anything crazy. 2 minutes in is when a cookie sheet split my head open. So I guess with that said, I'm glad I didn't jinx myself. Let's go with that. And the match itself was good. I thought I heard somebody in the crowd say, what's this match going to end on? A roll-up? Because we were brutalizing, I guess, beating up each other. And the one thing I really like about this is all the competitors included were really good with being able to be really good with facial expressions. As you know, we've had some great photos come out of this and great moments where we were able to milk things. And just to specify one line, for those of you who know me, you know exactly this, but I wanted to specify one thing. One of the lines that I said, I saved the dollar for the end because this is what she's worth. And I thought that was a good line. I got a reaction, but I got a couple angry responses from fans that said, oh, fuck you, da-da-da. And what I meant was I did not mean that as a sex worker, prostitute, teardown joke. What I meant is booking fee worth. She's only $1. It would only cost $1 to book her, otherwise it wouldn't. That was the joke I was making. So if there's any problems there, which most of you who are my Patreons understand me by now and know that rule. And actually, to be perfectly honest, to pull back a little bit. Like I said, I have not seen Allie, I have not wrestled Allie since probably 2017, 2018, and I believe she's a totally different competitor. And there was a time where I was watching her where she looked very timid and unsure, and I actually pulled her aside, and I actually mentioned it to Staffy first before I told her, and I said, you're a totally different wrestler. You're a totally different person, and it really shows your confidence level, like you know who you are. She is very aware of what she's capable of and her spot, and I feel like it seemed like she was pulled in a bunch of different directions and timid to excel, and now she's really standing up for who she is. And I really think that people need to know that when they become, and who am I to say anything? I mean, she's busy, but like she said, it meant a lot when I said it, and that was great. And I think the fans really appreciated the matches that we have, and I'm not done. Would I welcome another match? Absolutely. Am I done with Effie? No, not at all. I'm glad that Lore could get in, but the one thing that I really like about first is obviously Devon came in, and so Devon comes in and does that, so you can kind of always tell, regardless of whether it's a storyline or not, that there is something that we're building to, like even if it's good versus evil, which is that. And also really funny story, when I went to shower later that day and I was stripping down, content for an someday OnlyFans, I guess, a staple fell out of my pants. So thanks for that. But yeah, overall, really good match, really fun night. I love Bauhaus. Blood, Sweat, and Beers is one of my favorite events to look forward to, and I feel like I've always had a really solid match at all.
Well, if I can say one thing, it's that I do not like it when you get hurt. So I'm glad you walked out of this weekend, a very busy weekend, unscathed. And, again, it's not going to be long before you're probably in some other crazy match, because that's what you freaking do. And when you do, we will have more. This is CorbinCenter to talk about.